Hi everybody, this is Jasmine with Earth's Beauty Gallery, and this video is for the Scorpio New Moon on November 21st. Alright, I already shuffled the cards, so let's see what we have. And again, this Knight of Cups has been coming up in the last few readings too. So the cups are emotions, and they're water signs, related to water signs in astrology. And Scorpio is a water sign. And what he holds his cup and he's reaching it out like an invitation to somebody. And Knights a lot of times are actions, and in this case, it can be an invitation, an opportunity, and it can be creativity. So you might have creative ideas. So if you're stuck, or if you have working on a project, so sometimes creative ideas will help you work through things. And if you don't know what to do, if you're listen to your intuition. Water signs are also related to intuition, feelings, water, emotions. Here we have the Eight of Swords. There's a woman tied up, blindfolded, and 8 swords in the ground around her. To me, this means something is holding you back. Something is holding us back. And, but it can also mean your fears, and so you have the invitation, but maybe in the past, in similar situations, things didn't work out as well. So now the past is creeping up and saying, ooh, last time it didn't work out, so this time it might not work out either. And this can be the negative thoughts, the doubts, the fears, can be in self-imposed restriction. So use creativity to work through those fears and doubts and restrictions. And then we have, and the number 8 is a leadership, courage, business number, so success. So if you work through your fears and doubts and your self-imposed restrictions, and you can do it with artistic, even if you just scribble on paper, that releases the energy, that rewires your brain. What has also, I use that all the time. What has also helped me is positive affirmations. So if I could feel that fears, because as a nurse, you're in fear a lot. You have to make sure, oh, are the medications right? Is the IV fluid right? Is everything okay? So you're constantly in fear. But when I was aware of that I was in fear, I used positive affirmations. I used to tell myself quietly, all is well, I am safe. All is well, I am safe. And if I had to say that 100 times a day, that was okay. Or if I thought I had made a mistake, I asked that it will be resolved for the highest good of all concerned. And whenever I was fearful of a mistake, that is what I would say. to myself. And if I would say that a ton of times, that so be it, but it helped. And then the last card is the Eight of Cups. Again, we have eight, the number 8 quite represented today. There's a man leaving behind the 8 cups. The 8 cups are stacked on top of each other. So what this means is leaving behind things that haven't worked. So how is the saying going? If you always do the same thing, you cannot expect a different outcome. So use the creativity, use positive affirmations, creative outlet, and it could be exercise for people. It could be cooking or music or reading, writing, gardening. Use that for when your anxiety, your fears, your doubt, or sometimes what I've done also is taken a piece of paper, given myself 5-8 minutes, and just write everything down, what I was afraid of, what comes into mind, and then put the paper aside. That will help also. You need to rewire your brain. We have neuroplasticity. We can rewire, we can break our old habits. And this is what this is saying. And the cups, like I said, are emotions, are water signs. Scorpio is a water sign. And this is a big Scorpio new moon because a lot of the planets cross over the Scorpio new moon. And so you need to shed what hasn't worked, what has held you back. This is what the Scorpio new moon is telling you. You're working, you're feeling, if you fight the emotions, if you fight the feelings, they sometimes become more intense. But if you use creative outlets or talking to people, if you feel overwhelmed or feel anxious, maybe talk to a therapist, maybe talk to a friend or a trusted person or even a minister. That can help too. All right, so and music can help. And that's just something that we're working through right now, is we're shedding, we have grown in the last few weeks, months. We have grown so much. Things have changed so fast. We're shedding all kinds of stuff. And sometimes that can bring up the feels. And we have to stay in balance. We have to stay grounded. And another thing that can help is putting your feet into the ground, or if you sit in a chair, really feel the chair you're sitting on. That will help us stay grounded. So use creativity to work through your fears and doubts, and maybe be okay with shedding things that have outlived their course. I hope this helps. Talk to you next time.